Hey folks, Ray from DCRainmaker.com. Today I've got the Cycliq Fly6 here. Now you may be wondering why I'm talking about the unit that's almost 3 years old, and the reason this is actually new. This is their 3rd generation unit as opposed to what came out in Kickstarter back 3+ years ago, which was their 1st gen unit. And now what makes the Fly6 so unique compared to normal bike lights is that it actually has a camera in it. So right there is an HD camera that's recording everything that's going on behind me. The second you turn on this unit, it's always recording video, 100% of the time. You can control the intensity of the lights though, if you want to. So for example, I can press this button here and decrease the intensity of the lights and turn it off entirely. I can also go to a blinking mode as well and change that if I want to go to blinking mode. Here in Europe, you're not allowed to use blinking. So in this case, I'm going with the steady state on light there. Now you may be wondering what's different between this unit here and the 1st gen from a couple years ago. So we put them all on the table there. You'll see Gen 1 was quite a bit larger, and that was their first iteration of things. It was pretty solid for a first attempt, but they went ahead and they shrunk that size in Gen 2. They swapped out the camera for a slightly higher resolution camera. They tweaked some of the battery settings, and they also tweaked some of the light modes. So that left them with a much smaller package there, and it's the one that a lot of people love and use today. Gen 3 goes ahead and builds on top of that with 2 minor tweaks. First is that they've replaced the strap there. So one of the problems in the past with the clip and strap design of the Gen 1 and Gen 2 models is that it was prone to breakage, both on the strap, the rubber portion, as well as on the clip on the back of the unit. That was really honestly the only complaint people had about those units, was that it did kind of break somewhat easily in certain circumstances. With Gen 3, they've gone with this Velcro style strap, and what's cool about it has this rubberish kind of material on the inside of it that goes ahead and prevents it from sliding up and down the seat post pole there. Now that's different. Now that's actually kind of very similar to what the material that Garmin uses on their HRM swim strap to go ahead and keep that on your body while you're swimming underwater. So it's cool to see that same sort of sticky-ish material used there, and it just helps to ensure that it doesn't slide up and down. If you do have a seat post like mine here, that's an aero seat post where it tapers off a little bit, you can go ahead and use basically that small triangle bracket there, and that'll go ahead and attach to an aero seat post. But for regular seat posts that are round, you do not need that bracket at all. The second minor change between the Gen 3 and compared to the Gen 2 is they made some small tweaks to the battery and performance on this unit. So you're getting closer to 6 hours now with camera and light on. And it's a little bit more than the past. Again, not a huge difference, it was just a minor tweak they made internally. And that's what you see as kind of the overall trend for this unit, is that you're not looking for any major differences. You're looking basically at just minor tweaks they've done in manufacturing and stuff like that. This unit does not have Bluetooth in it, it does not have Wi-Fi in it, unlike the Cycliq Fly12, which is the front-facing unit. So it does have this micro SD card in it, and if you want to get your videos off of it, you have to go ahead and do that through a computer. And basically, take out the card and put it in there, or if you have an adapter for a phone or something like that. So it's still not really as easy to use, but for the price, it's $160, $169. It's not bad. It's sort of my favorite light to use in general because it's multi-purpose and that it has both a light as well as a camera in it in case something goes bad. Now there's always a question of, well, is this going to prevent someone from hitting you? And of course, they're not going to see these cars going by, you do not see this camera in here, so of course it's not going to do that. But over time, cars and motorists will hopefully be more aware that maybe there are cameras in there. Over the last few years, Cycliq has captured a lot of videos of drivers doing less than optimal things around cyclists, and they posted those, and some of those have gone viral. And as each of those videos goes viral, motorists might pay more and more attention down the road to cyclists, knowing there's a chance that what maneuver they do next could end up on a viral video if they were to injure or otherwise do something bad to the cyclist. So that's sort of the hope here. Failing all that, at least you have a video of hopefully something you can recover from. So with that, let's go and take a ride on this. I'm going to go ahead and kit up and head outside, and we'll do both a daylight ride here, kind of around the block to see the quality in it, just to see how things are, as well as a night ride, and I'll end on that note. The thing to keep in mind is I've already written a full in-depth review of the Gen 2 version. You can see that down there in the link below, and you can see my updated post on the Gen 3 version also down there. And then don't forget, before you finish watching this video, to go and hit the like button as well as the subscribe button. With that, have a good one.